So in this week, we're going to talk about something called wrappers. And in Java, we talk about wrapping or auto wrapping or auto unwrapping. So here in this Java class here that I have on the screen, you can see that I have an integer of type int, and it's has a variable n. And here is an array of integers. And if I wanted to use a different kind of array or array list in Java, I cannot use this primitive type inside as the type inside of the collection of this array list. I have to use an object. So it doesn't support this. So I have to change this to be a non-primitive. So if you see here, the next line, I have the integer object, which is a wrapper object around integers. And it's an immutable object. Um, and what it does here is I'm just building an array list of integers. And then I'm going to add a bunch of integer values um, into this array list. And here, as you can see here, this is from this array list that I'm initializing the contents of this array list. So when you add a type int into a type integer, there is an automatic constructor being constructed, and then it is then putting that object into the array list. So that's an automatic wrapper that's happening. And then here, when you see that I am pulling the same integer object off of the array list and then putting it into a primitive int, there is an automatic unwrapping that's happening. And it's the same thing that would happen if I did it without the array list. If I just did integer foo equals 5, it's automatically it's creating the constructor for integer and putting it into the variable foo. And I could have done it like this as well. This is the same type here. Oops. There we go. Actually, I'm just going to just keep it the simple way here. And then when I want to do let's say an arithmetic, so I'm going to say x, oops, so int result equals 5 times foo. What's going to happen here is that it's going to unwrap the integer value from foo and then multiply it by the 4 and then place it inside of the result variable. And if I just print out the result here, so if I run this, okay, you'll see that it's 20. That's expected. And if I put a breakpoint here and do a debugger, you will see that when I come here and you can see these objects in the debugger window here, that here is an array of ints. And right now it contains one integer object. And I put the first element from my list, my array, into this array list. And you can see that now it has of type object integer, and it contains the first one value. And this is the first iteration into the loop. So come down here, remove this breakpoint, let it continue. Now you'll see that it contains all of the from 1 through 5, from 0 index to 4 index, and then it's going to do this arithmetic that we did before. Okay, so this is the concept of wrapping and unwrapping that you'll see in this section of the class.